This kid is only 13 years old and already dominates at martial arts. Amazing 13-year-old boxing and MMA prodigy. 24 million views.
Since he was a little baby, he loved to punch.
When I get in the ring, I see that.
Best opening sentence we've ever heard.
I just keep going. I don't stop. Even if it hurts, I don't stop.
That's a scary kid.
That's a crazy mindset for a 13-year-old.
Rashad is ranked #1 in boxing and #1 in the world in kickboxing. He's undefeated in MMA. He's undefeated in Muay Thai. He had like 22 championship belts.
What?
I'm so interested. I'm so interested. I want to watch more.
He's only 13 years old, and he's so good that sometimes it's very hard to get him a fight. Nobody really wants to fight him.
How many 13-year-olds are there like that fight MMA?
Oh yes, exactly. Actually, the thing with MMA, like most people start later in their life.
They start with like regular boxing, kickboxing.
Yeah, and then later on,
get better
sort
and
of-
better, and
exactly.
then at 25, and you're like, "F it, I wanted that." Just to call someone a prodigy is like so much pressure on just a 13-year-old's shoulder.
Rashad trains like 5 days a week, 2.5 hours a day.
Being a pro athlete is like the regular time you spend on your sport, right?
That's a lot of training.
But I
for a
mean, in
13-year-old.
general, just
Yeah.
a 30-year-old training that much for any sport is
Yeah, it's a lot.
He goes to school, comes home, does his homework, eat, then we head out to the boxing gym. Since he was a little baby, he loved to punch. At age 5, Rashad started competing with jiu-jitsu and submission grappling.
Oh, he already did sort of the whole route of doing other sports.
He already retired from all the other sports.
As he got a little bit older, the kickboxing matches started coming in and MMA fights started coming in. But in New York, it's not allowed for kids, even for adults. So we had to travel all over the country.
Exactly. As it should be.
Yes, because this is like crazy.
And that's probably also the reason why so few people actually want to fight him, because like it's not allowed in certain countries.
You can lose so much if you get punched as a kid.
Brain development is so fragile.
Now, he's a 4 years in a row world kickboxing champion. He's a junior Olympic boxing champion. He's a North American submission grappling champion and grapple square jiu-jitsu champion. He's undefeated in MMA. He's undefeated in Muay Thai. He's ranked #1 in the world in kickboxing. And he's ranked #1 in boxing in the United States.
I can fight different ways. If they can brawl, I'll brawl with them. If they'll try to fight technical, I'll fight technical back. They call me Albanian Bear.
His sparring partner, which is Harley Madero, he's also a Silver Glove national champion.
These kids look scary.
Oh yes.
Like scary.
Scary.
Like,
Amazing fighter. Really talented. Me and him both won the Silver Glove this year. Hopefully we're gonna go back this year and win it again.
there's a pretty significant pattern when it comes to all these child athletes. They're very mature.
Yeah.
Like they talk like they're mid-40s.
Like the whole mindset is
It's way
so
different, yeah.
Different.
And they've experienced probably a lot more already.
Rashad does get a little nervous before a fight, but it's not because he knows he's gonna lose or he knows he's gonna do bad. He don't want to look bad in front of his dad.
I'd rather have him nervous because he's sort of has the probability of losing than being nervous because he doesn't make his dad proud.
Because I want to prove to my father that I'm good enough to box.
I mean, if you take like one of the best fighters in the world, Khabib, he also really looks up to his father and wants to do it for his father and for his family. And
If it's like a cultural thing, then it's hard to say something about it. It just feels so not for yourself.
especially as a kid.
Sparring
Go
partner.
hard.
Sparring partner.
This is full contact sparring.
This is full.
All
yeah.
out.
It's all out. This is just a match.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing different here.
Also, I don't want anybody else to get hurt, you know? Because they're
Okay.
kids.
He's been hit.
Any contact sport, you get injuries. Accidents happen.
I don't think of like having like brain trauma if you keep getting hit in the head.
He doesn't think about getting it, but he knows the risk.
What I need to do is keep my hands up so I don't have to worry about that happening.
Yeah, he knows it's a risk, but sort of it's a motivation for him to keep up his defense.
And still, it's hard for a 13-year-old to evaluate the risks of that for the future.
Nobody wants to see his kid get hit. So I try to make him not to be an easy target. If I see that my son is getting hit hard or he's losing the fight badly, I'm stopping the fight.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
But how hard is it to stop a fight when he's undefeated?
Oh yes, that's a big thing.
He's undefeated
And that's a title you can't get
after you've lost
after
one
you
fight.
lost one fight. Yeah, exactly. It's always the thing in fighting, right? When they sort of hug each other, then it's
a
like,
bit awkward.
are they still fighting or is this like the end of the fight?
It's a bit of both here. Like, check this out.
take like, thanks, man, thanks.
If I keep working hard, you know, in my heart, in my head, I know that I can end up being on top.
If you want to be, of course, the best fighter in the world, then you have to start at young.
We always say this, if you want to be good at anything, the earlier you start, the better.
And also I have to say, like, the mental aspect, just drilling this kid to like punch and go through anything, and like that's also a big thing with this kid, I think.
Akmal, who teaches kickboxing, he's from Uzbekistan and he's a 2-time world champion in kickboxing. In the beginning, he was doing it old school and he was putting these kids through but they told him in America it's called the child. So he had to switch the training a little bit. It became way softer. In the beginning it was hard, and that's what I liked.
This entire video just took a turn.
I think what he's trying to say is that it was labeled as child, but actually he thinks just training hard, but I mean...
In the beginning it was hard, and that's what I liked. And that's why I enrolled Rashad in there.
He enrolled him into the course because he knew about the hardness child.
I spent mostly all my life trying to be on top. If I keep going with that, I can end up getting famous off of what I want to do most, and that's boxing.
It literally sounds like, for him, it's sort of a mantra that's on repeat in his head. I have to train every day, I have to train hard to become the best. I have to train, I have to eat, I have to become the best.
Rashad can't wait until he becomes 15, 16, so he can advance to that Olympic trials and make it to the USA team.
Imagine kids just starting out at like age 15, 16, and then you meet this guy who has been training his entire life already.
I want to become a fighter, you know, a pro boxer or a pro MMA fighter. Maybe both, but you always have to stay focused.
Again, to work hard, stay focused, eat right, become the best.
Good kid. Very good boxer, very good kickboxer.
Yeah, no, he's a good kid. Good kickboxer.
As a fighter, you want to be a champion. And Rashad was a fighter from the beginning. I didn't make him a fighter. He was born a fighter.
We've seen some kid prodigies before, but they didn't really turn out to be a pro at the end. However, this video was uploaded 10 years ago.
So right now he's around 23.
How is he doing now?
Take for this, our opener tonight. He is the Albanian Bear, 8-0 with 6 knockouts. Rashad Mati.
This is so interesting to see, by the way.
He looks very tentative now as Mati's moving in to take advantage.
He's winning. He's winning.
Yeah, he's definitely winning. And he gets the stoppage, so...
It is over. Rashad Mati with a final round stoppage. He improves to 9-0 with 7 knockouts.
7 knockouts, 9-0. So he's still doing really good.
He hasn't lost. He's still fighting. He's fighting twice a year.
So in amateur, he fought 26 times, 22 wins and 4 losses.
As a pro, he's undefeated still.
Yes.
And he ended up being a successful pro boxer.
Cool.
Good for him. He turned out to be a strong fighter. If you want to see World's Strongest Family, make sure you check out this video right here. Subscribe, the link in the bell. It's epic.